Um, Obviously, we're disappointed with the result and the goals that we conceded, but I think there's a lot of positives to take away. We came here and tried to play the right way. We tried to control the game in possession. And when you do that, there has to be an objective to score. And I don't think we create enough opportunities to score. And that's something that we'll review and look back in video and ultimately, towards going into the season, we want to possess to score goals. And credit to Portland, they got us on the transition. Very direct, very front-footed, and again, we just have to evaluate moving forward.
Great, we're gonna go to Austin. There.
That's what
Seb, obviously not the result that you guys wanted. I wanted to ask you about the center backs. Obviously, Emily and Caitlin getting their first taste of NWSL action, kind of a trial by fire, playing in Portland. I guess kind of what was the decision with going with that center back pairing heading into this game, and how do you feel they kind of grew into the game as it progressed?
Yeah, I mean, they're both making their NWSL debuts, and it's a great environment to do it. Playing here in front of a big crowd against the champions, and you have to put young players in positions where they feel uncomfortable. And I thought they did well. I thought we were good in possession. Again, it's a lot to learn from playing against the MVP of the league. Probably one of the best players in the league. And again, Portland were direct in transition. She's a threat, and I thought they dealt with it pretty well. I think as a team, we have to look back on how them transitions happened. Were we overplaying? Could we have played over their back line? But I think Emily and Caitlin can form a good relationship, and that's important. Having that partnership where you can communicate and learn from each other. And a big thing for me is in possession as well. So Caitlin gives that balance with her left foot to play out wide to Kylie Strom, and you can start a lot of attacks from that position.
Go again, Austin.
I guess kind of going off of that young player aspect, you had Masai, you had Summer, a lot of players getting their first minutes, a lot of young players, still kind of new to the league. How important was it to get those players kind of acclimated to this league by playing them in this game and setting them up for better days ahead?
It's really important. I mean, they have to play. That's the only way they're going to get better. Giving them an opportunity so they can thrive and learn and develop. Do it early where it's the nerves are out of the way. Again, this is the first game. There's plenty of more games coming up. It's a difficult environment to come, but it's great that they get exposure. They can only get better from getting time on the field. So, I think everyone should be excited of what the future holds for every player that we have here.
Go, Mike.
Seb, I wanted to ask you a little bit about the press that Portland was kind of hitting the team with. Obviously, early on, where they were able to pounce on some turnovers from the team, and it dominated most of the game. But is there anything you kind of said at halftime to adjust to how the team would approach the Thorns going into the second half and try to at least get a goal or two in there to put the team back into play?
Yeah, I mean, 2-0 is a score line that the next goal really matters. We believed that at halftime we could score the next goal and get back into the game. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but I think in terms of their press, I thought we got in good areas. We beat their front line. Now can we turn, can we drive, can we get some end product, whether it's going wide or going through the heart, to then shoot or cross and get numbers in the box. So yeah, that's something that we'll look at. This week leading up towards Angel City at home. I mean, yeah, it's a tough result, of course, but I think as well, like, we should keep our heads held high because we had a go at trying to play the right way.
And Austin?
Seb, I guess you kind of mentioned the playing the right way. Can you kind of expound on that? Just what was the things that you saw that you wanted to see from trainings before that you saw in this game?
We want to keep possession and try and play through the lines and get players in dangerous positions, and with the setup, try and get Marta on the ball in the pocket, Adrian the ball in the pocket, get the fullbacks higher. I think football should be entertaining. I think it should be trying to manipulate the opponent, pull them out of difficult positions to then exploit the spaces. Again, I think Portland beat us today on transition. I think our press was good. I think our defensive shape was good. But if you give the ball away in certain situations, or you don't get an end product, that teams like Portland will capitalize on their moments. So yeah, they're very direct. They've got a 9 who's you always have to be aware of. She can make something out of nothing. So we won't always come against that every week in every game. But again, for a lot of our players, this is the first game. There's a lot of positives, and we look forward to next week against Angel City at home.
Austin, you can go ahead with the last one.
I guess kind of going off of that with Angel City at home, how do you keep the mentality high just with the team and making sure that they're all kind of cohesive, not letting that preseason kind of go from where it went?
I just don't think you dwell on it too long. I think we'll review the game as soon as possible. I think again, there's a lot of things that we can improve on, but there's a lot of positives from the game, and we've got to keep spirits high. There's a lot of togetherness. We've got to stick to our principles, and really, these are where you get tested. After losing 4-0 away, can we keep reiterating the message and the buy-in from the players? And I think there is a togetherness. They trust the process, and this is one game. Like, there's plenty more games to come, and I think we'll only get better throughout the duration of the season.